stream in SimRacingOnline series. We're coming back to you again with a Red Bull Ring track. It's going to be jammed-packed action as always. The SimRacingOnline promises. I'm going to be joined by Lorenzo in a while. I'm your broadcaster, Nassim, and we hope to bring to you a beautiful, exciting race for today. Now then, this is the 5th round. It is Red Bull Ring. We've had 4 rounds before. Unfortunately, Magni Core didn't happen due to server issues, and therefore it was cancelled. It was a vote to be postponed, done by John, but apparently that's not going to happen, so we're sticking to the usual calendar, and now we're staying, like I said, with the usual calendar, and as it stands today, we will do Red Bull Ring, and then on the 12th of June, we will do Sebring. Now, just as we talk about that, the qualifying is starting right now. We've got quite a lot of drivers today, and that includes DPI and GT3, many new names. But as always, the veterans, including John, Samir, Miguel, and Pastori guys. That is in Nicola as well, and Giuseppe. We have another Pastori today, Salvatore. And it looks like he is coming with a promising pace. So we can't wait to see that and see his what he's gonna do for today's race. Now we can see cars rushing out, everyone trying to get that clean lap. And since it's a multi-class, the rule states that they can go both at the same time. And we can see now DPIs and the GT3 are all at the same track. So if you look to your left, you will see the purple and the green. The purple stands for the DPI and the green stands for the GT3. So you don't get confused. But we see many cars are heading out now for their qualifying lap. Now, I myself, before the stream, I've done a couple laps. And I got myself familiarized with the track, and it's a pretty awesome. It's quite a nice track. We see Samir Arshad making his way through the field, through Andrew Harper, that is. He's running a custom skin for today. It's looking quite beautiful as always. Now what a race, what a race. And Nicola Pastori stalking from his garage as the usual. Looks like, besides, I mean, Giuseppe is also staying in the garage, but we have one Pastori in the track right now, and that is Salvatore. Peter Vlar as well is showing some great moves. You like Spike there. Peter Vlar is showing a great pace for today. Running in the low 27s. In the BMW, a lot of people picking up the BMW. Seems like it's the car to go. And that is indeed a true decision. Quite a nice car. Tony Gutierrez as well in the BMW. Now we will be running the name labels to help the viewer understand who are we putting our scoop on. So if it's annoying, let us know in the chat or in the YouTube comment section of the SRO YouTube channel if you're watching from the VOD. And we shall wish you guys good luck. There's a lot of people are staying in the garage for some reason. Maybe they're waiting for the track to warm up. They already got their fastest lap packed in, so all they gotta do is just wait and get a 1 lap. Which it's a bit risky, my liking, but everyone's different. Whereas we have some laps for now. Tanner Selvi have set a lap, a 1:18.2. Ricardo Riva as well have set a lap of a 1:18.5. Times are not that spread out, so expect some close racing. We got some laps as well in the GT3. Who that is but the Salvatore Pastore. We did a 127.4 as a qualification lap. Tony Gutierrez is right beside him, or right behind him, sorry, with a 127.4. Now, I don't have insights about the weather, so it may or may not rain, but it looks like it's fairly sunny for today, and hopefully it stays like that for you to enjoy it. I mean, a lot of people I know enjoy the rain, but nothing beats a sunny day. Beautiful sights, beautiful view, as you can see. So it looks like the battle is tight in between Peter Vlar as Tony Gutierrez snatches that P2 right from Peter Vlar, doing a 127.4. That is only 0.075 behind Salvatore, but we're sure that he's got quite some time in his up his sleeve, so we'll expect his time to improve for sure. I say temporary pole position because his relatives as well haven't got out of the track, and I mean Nicola and Giuseppe. As we head back to the DPI class, Miguel Santos snatches the P1 provisionally at 117.8. Very fascinating time. Followed by Samir Arshad. His best is a 118.2. I mean, the times, I can keep saying the times all over, but it's, as you can hear and see, it's very close indeed. So hopefully it brings out some, we see GT3 going out. Hopefully it brings out a bit of a challenge, a bit of a action, as we always expect. And as always, don't forget to check out all the VODs all the races that happens are stored in VODs in the SimRacingOnline YouTube channel. If you want to take part, of course, that is free. Absolutely free. All you need, obviously, is the mod, the GT3 mod, and you can sign up, simracingonline.co.uk, and get yourself racing, my dude. Come on. Ricardo Riva hits back to the pit as we see John Villegas right there getting out with new sets of tire, ready to put up a good lap.
Live on the racetrack, we hear that the Pastore guys have had an engine failure during qualifying, so they will not be heading out again, which is a great shame considering the pace that they have. Both suffered a similar failure in Barcelona in qualifying, and Giuseppe suffered one also in the race, which dented the results. So yeah, it's already we are seeing problems, reliability problems early in the sessions.
And as you heard by Lorenzo, who joined in, hopefully didn't scare any of you in the chat or you watching the board as he joined right in. But yeah, it's good to have you with us, Lorenzo. You got Red Bull Ring today.
Always a pleasure.
That is indeed, and we got a Red Bull Ring for today, Lorenzo. We missed out on Magny-Cours.
Which is a great track.
Indeed,
the track that was renewed in early 2013 after the A1 Ring was kind of... it was a track which was very famous because it used to be the historic Ring in Formula 1. Hosted many Austrian GPs, but then it went out of the Formula 1 calendar at the end of 2003, so we never really got to see this track in the mid-2000s, although Red Bull bought it and renewed it quite extensively, and we now have this amazing racetrack, which is a great attraction in the country.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're in Austria in this track. I mean, we're not, we're virtually in Austria, but the track is located in Austria, as Lorenzo said, and what a place, and it looks like the weather might be sunny for today, Lorenzo.
Yeah, no rain expected for the qualifying session at least. We do not have relatable information on the race, but yeah, it does look sunny indeed. We do know that the DPIs are running a different aero package than what was used in the previous race in Barcelona, because this is a very light in terms of aero load, say downforce, and aerodynamics requirement. Is a very low demanding track. So most of the DPIs will be running probably the low aero package. Same goes for the GT cars. You need a setup that is spot on regarding tires and suspension as well, because there are quite a few corners that need low speed, but then you have the middle sector with two fast sweeping left and right corners. So you do need a pretty balanced setup, I would say, for the GT car.
Ooh, we see Joe
and
Brown
as we
spinning
see,
out there.
Something happened there.
Wow.
Big crash in qualifying. It was one of the DPIs, probably a misunderstanding between what looks to be Samir Arshad and one of the GT cars, a Bentley looked like, which could be Middleton. Not sure though, we'll come back to you with that information.
I mean, we can see.
Oh no, it's Joe Brown.
Yeah, it's Joe Brown.
So Joe Brown and the rookie Joe Wang, first time for him in the SRO DPI GT3 series. Joe Brown making his way off the gravel, or maybe not. No, he went directly to the pit lane. As we go back live, Santos topping the charts in DPI class at the moment, with the great return of Tanner Selby after a few missed races. Great to have him back in DPI class.
Oh, as always, Miguel Santos is leading the pack, and it looks like it'll be a heated fight between him and Samir Arshad. As actually, Lorenzo, I had a bit of a session with the guys, so I did some laps in the DPI as well as in the GT3, and I got myself familiarized with the track. And yeah, it's quite beautiful. It's quite fun. Had some quite a good time, and I can see where this is gonna be going. I mean, it's full-on races and
yeah, absolutely
full-on action. Hopefully that is. we're obviously.
It's we do have more DPIs than the last few races. We hope the connection really doesn't put that to a hold, but having more DPIs really pumps up the hype, because it's the faster class. It's an amazing spec of car. I think we're gonna see a good race today.
Yeah, I mean, check this out, Lorenzo. Samir Arshad and Tanner Selby are split out by 0.032 millisecond, a 118.1 and a 118.0. Would you look at that? Man,
it's gonna be very, very close as Arshad lines up the final two corners, exploiting a bit of the track limits there. It could be in trouble with that.
He missed the apex on that one.
Missed the apex, but got away with it at the last corner, and he keeps the P1, I think. I don't think he improved. He did a 120.5, so it's very slow indeed. Oh my god, he needs to be careful with those curves, because the floor of the DPI don't like that during the race.
So it looks like the battle. I mean, the times are very close. We got from 170.
John Villegas improving. That's the best first sector of the session.
Yeah, at 33.2. That is a monstrous sector 1. I mean, I would like to take you guys on this on board of this lap.
We see John Villegas coming up to the last few corners. Very tight right-hander downhill section. Very tricky to drive.
This is going to be a pole lap.
Great line for John Villegas. It looks to be tidy. Personal best second
Will he
sector.
do it, Lorenzo?
Let's see what the time is. Ooh, he improves.
He done it. He done it. A P1. Ooh, gets a bit of a traffic, but that wouldn't matter. Right, Lorenzo?
By 0.014 of a second. What an amazing lap by John Villegas.
That is an astonishing lap. Absolutely.
Absolutely magnificent lap by John Villegas.
As let's see what Miguel Santos will say about that. I mean, their laps are quite the same. I mean, if I tell you, Lorenzo, it's 0.014. The difference.
Yeah, it's 0.014 is like 70 centimeters difference.
That is true.
In space. So that's very, very close. You can imagine at this level, of racing with prototypes, how hard it is to find those centimeters, and whoever does it comes out on top.
And we see Miguel Santos showing some more sportsmanship and giving the space for a lap-in car. As we see the sparks hitting, and giving us a slideshow. I would like to go to the GT3 where Johnny Gutierrez is still in that lead with a 26.9. I mean, we've seen a 26 from Nicola Pastore, and unfortunately, like Lorenzo said, he won't be able to join. Is that correct, Lorenzo?
Pastore boys unfortunately have had an engine failure, looks like, or some engine issue. So no, they will not be able to improve on their lap times. They're still in P3 and P4 respectively, so it shouldn't be quite good for them, because their time was, from what I saw in the pre-practice, was a theoric P3 and P4. They are now, I think, outside the top 7, if I'm correct.
They are indeed, yes. I mean,
and so it's gonna be there. We see Salvatore Pastore, but Salvatore Pastore is not in the same team as Nicola and Giuseppe. So they are all relatives, but Giuseppe and Nicola are the ones that are battling for the championship in GT class. So it's really gonna be an uphill race for them today.
yeah, I mean, the league and how the way it gives points. If you miss a race, you really lost on that championship. I mean, because mostly everyone gets points when they race and get very high points. So it also encourages people to do all races if possible. I mean, you understand IRL stuff kicks in, but the matter of fact is missing a race or not even participating in the beginning of the championship puts you out of it completely. Which sounds a bit unfair, but it's not really.
Yeah, but it also is very easy to lose points during the course of the season. So it's not, the last word is not said yet. It's gonna be close. Look at that livery on Andrew Harper's car.
Andrew Harper always. I mean, he was
New
running
livery for the.
Yeah, you remember his last livery,
Oh
Lorenzo? It was like it was a yellow,
it
red.
was a red and blue.
Yeah.
Rotary engine inspired car.
Yeah, but it looks like he picked a. We got an artist right here, Lorenzo. Definitely an artist.
I actually think that's a bug. I don't think Andrew Harper had that livery before. Look,
he changed it.
Mercedes.
I think
there's a Mercedes logo on top. I think that's a bug.
Well, it's creating an art.
It's good. It looks good. we will advise him to keep this livery as the session is ending. Andrew Harper does not look like it's going to improve. In fact, he aborts the lap. Pole position, incredibly, for Samir Arshad.
Wow, that's quite the news.
He improved on VD Guest's lap by 1/10, so amazing effort from Samir.
As we switch to the starting order, we had Samir Arshad. Oh, and we lost. We're gonna see it again. We had Samir Arshad in the lead, followed by John VD Guest. We got in the third place Miguel Santos. Quite a battle between these three guys. Tanner Selvi in P4, Andrew Harper in P5, and Ricardo Riva in P6, and Gilles Silva in P7. Now you might not have seen it in the UI. That's because the mod sees some Mazdas as different class, even though they're not. So yeah, I just read them to you, and follow that. And we switch to the GT3. Yeah, Johnny Gutierrez.
GT3 class for Johnny Gutierrez, great pole position for the American driver. Salvatore Pastore, amazingly, P2. Peter Vlar, P4. Joe Huang in P5 with Joe Brown just behind him in the Bentley. Barrett Erickson, one of the McLarens of this field, in P7. Charles Worth, P8. Didier Coedo, the Ferrari by SMP Racing, in P9. 10th position for Michael Labelle in the BMW. Nicola Pastore with an engine failure with his driver, with his brother Giuseppe, in P11 and P12. P13 for Mike Volik. P14 for Lewis Middleton in the other BMW, and Ed Jones in the top 15. That beautiful, fresh McLaren 720S.
Quite a field for today, Lorenzo.
Yeah, it's an amazing field, I'll tell you that. You don't get these amazing cars and these amazing drivers in your average multi-class league. And as a matter of fact, guys, if you want to be part of the spectacle, join us at simracingonline.co.uk and check Either Racing Team on Discord as well as Twitch and all the social media channels. The Sim Racing Online guys are a bunch of very passionate boys. They are very serious about their job and they produce some great racing. They do have quite a few sims going on other than our Factor 2. You got Automobilista, Automobilista 2, Assetto Corsa, whatever you want to play. Even Project Cars 2 sometimes. So be sure to check them out.
Oh, absolutely, Lorenzo. We got an upcoming GT1 series that we will broadcast very, very soon. So tune in for that as well. It's going to be quite a quite a battle for that. As we see Johnny Gutierrez warming up before the real battle kicks in. I mean, I can see that Nicola and Giuseppe will have the pace to pass, but it's easier said than done. Even though when you carry that much pace, I mean, depends on the guy you're passing. If he's really defending well, it makes it a very hard job. It also consumes your tires, so very looking forward on how this is gonna unfold. As both Pastori are on the track, from what I heard from Lorenzo, seems like Salvatore is in a different team, but still a relative. So, I mean, not that they both go easy on each other, but for sure, everyone here tries to get that win and snatch it. Simi Arshad is also preparing for his race. And a lot of people are in their pits checking their
Nas,
setup.
check Discord, please. Guys, if you check out Either Racing Team, we will be doing a special giveaway of a. We will be a game key. We do not want to spoil anything, but it's a game. It's a pretty famous game as well. We will do an overtake giveaway night on our Twitch channel here, Eighth Racing Team, and it will be sponsored by our good friends at Ride Shadow Legends. So be sure to stay tuned and check us out later.
And the race starts just like that. Everybody, a lot of cars today. I mean, I have
lots of cars, and look at the GT. And Richard Charlesworth apparently had an issue before the race started, and he's gonna start from the pit lane. Now, we do know for a fact that the GT cars can recover pretty easily if there's a slight pace advantage. Although it's an whole BMW top 5. Look at that. The BMW really revealing to be the killer car in this series. As we now see the DPIs rounding up turn 3. Heavy braking zone, but it's uphill, so the track helps you a little bit. Really gotta nail the gear shifts here and nail the apex as well. It's a tricky corner because it's blind. You don't see the exit, and you really gotta trust your guts to take it at the maximum speed. We then go to the backstretch, effectively. Downhill section towards turn 4, again heavy on the brakes. Try to turn the car as hard as possible in this, what looks like a very endless right-hander. Then foot on the throttle all the way to the turn 5 and 6 complex. Track is pretty flat here, no big deal. Although you need to take it as flat as possible because this is the sector where you really gain the speed. Fast left-hander, lean heavy on the curbs, stay as right as you can, and then as late as possible you turn in, nail that apex, and then back again on the right for the right-hander turn 7. Then uphill towards the final section of the track with these two amazing and tricky right-handers. Downhill section, the track does not help you at all here. The camber of the track is weird. You really need to have a bit of experience in racing, as we see the DPI is really getting slowed down.
Yeah, took some
by
damage, I
Samir
think.
Rashad, the leader. He's now running the final corner, and he's got a pretty good run to get away from the guys. What an amazing DPI field.
Yeah, and the race will start.
We are racing. Samir Rashad gets a decent start already. He's P1, he retains the P1 in turn 1. Look at John Villegas and Santos fighting over the P2 and P3. Good start for Samir Rashad, as now John Villegas is fighting with Ramos, but we switch to the GT3 field. They start now. Johnny Gutierrez retaking his lead into turn 1. Pastore Salvatore in P2. Sorry, Rob Milliken fighting with Peter Vlar. What a great showing by Rob Milliken in the BMW in P3 right now. Joe Huang, the rookie, really putting an effort in P4. Great racing already.
Ooh,
and look at
gets the inside. Will he hold it? Yes, he does.
Peter Vlar on Rob Milliken. Good pass.
That is quite a nice pass indeed. As we see Bear Eriksson, or sorry, who's that? Joe Brown, yeah.
Joe Brown, yeah, in the Bentley. Like look at that, making moves already.
Oh, he touches him a little bit.
Oh, there's a contact.
There is a contact.
There. The Bentley has damage. The Bentley has heavy damage on the front.
I think the BMW as well.
Be quite costly for the Bentley in top 6. Oh man, and the Bentley really struggling to hold the brakes in the braking area. Look at that. The front of the car is damaged. You can see sparks going off from the front end of the car. Now,
goes wide, Miguel Santos right there.
John Villegas and Santos both go wide. They're on it. They want to catch back to Samir Rashad, and John Villegas is really making a show for it.
Yeah, looks like turn 1 is getting the hang of him, man. It's just they can't get it right since it's the early stages of the race, the cold tires. So far, everyone is still in one piece.
A little bit of oversteer by John Villegas.
Yeah.
John Villegas and Samir Rashad, they're fighting over the driver's title in DPI class.
And their selfie gets the inside.
To be a close series, it goes down the outside.
Who doesn't get it this time?
I think that's Tanner Selby with John Villegas. Incredible stuff by John Villegas.
Yeah, we have the names now. We have the names up, so it's a bit easy for the viewers.
Tanner Selby here hustling John Villegas, really going for that P3. Miguel Santos is currently trying to recover ground towards Samir Rashad. These two are falling away from everybody else at the moment. Oh, and Miguel Santos went really, really wide there.
Didier Coelho got past Giuseppe, I believe.
Didier Coelho got passed by Nicola Pastore. Nicola Pastore already making up a few places from that tricky start in P11. Yeah, Nicola Pastore is now P8, so he made up 3 places from the start. Didier Coelho struggling at the moment as Giuseppe Pastore hounds him into the final sector. Yeah, look at that. Giuseppe Pastore all over the Ferrari.
Yeah, so this is how he got past him. Alright.
Yeah, on the inside in
what
the
a
final
move.
corner. That's not a place where you overtake usually.
Yeah, what a move. Looks like Coelho went wide and then which allowed Giuseppe, and he's still quite behind him, so
yeah, nothing to worry about for now.
You see some couple cars in the front going at it.
Yeah, Johnny Gutierrez, Didier Coelho here in the Ferrari. Johnny Gutierrez still leading, although Salvatore Pastore is all over him, look. And he's going through, maybe. Yeah, it is.
Gets the inside and gets that P1.
Inside, a great pass.
Great move, clean move as well by Pastore.
As Arshad tops the charts with the fastest lap of 1:19, so the DPI is really coming alive already in the race.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we're gonna see even better pace than that. I think they're preserving tires, so we might see the 118s very, very soon. As it's getting a triple battle here between Gutierrez, Pastore, and Peter Vlar. It's right behind him.
Peter Vlar, a very underrated driver. He not often shows up for races. Lately he's been probably busy with other stuff, and when he shows up though,
Giuseppe gets another position
Pastore
on Barrett Ericsson.
World champion Barrett Ericsson.
Oh, he's clumping up that ladder.
Oh, absolutely. He's following his brother. They were starting P11 and P12 respectively at the beginning, and they're now P7 and P8.
Looks like Mike Volt will get that inside. He does indeed get the inside. Well, he can hold it. Oh, they touch and they spawn.
That's gonna be damage for Mike.
Wow, what a what a way to get a pass.
What an intense race.
Yeah.
Michael Labelle and Mike Volt coming together at the first turn. Mike having the worst of it by the looks of that. He hit the wall, so not the ideal start for Mike.
And so far, Samir Arshad is building up about 3 seconds the lead ahead of...
Yeah, although John Vitigestas got by Tanner Salvi. Something must have happened to Santos as well, because he was P2 and he's now P4.
Lost quite a places. But he's not that far, only about 1 second behind Tanner Salvi, as Vitigestas is trying to... He's matching up Samir's lap times with a 1:18.7 as well, 1:18.9. So it's far from over. Now it's still the early stages of the race. We cannot judge it for now. A lot of things can happen.
No, it's still early, and the strategy has not played out yet, as the DPI class is already catching the GT3 field.
Looks like we might see another another victim for Nicola, and yes, he does get
on Joe Huang.
Yeah, looks like a fairly easy pass this time. Didn't have to force him around the inside.
Yeah, probably had a bad exit from the first couple of corners, Joe Huang. Nicola was able to pass him pretty easily.
Yeah.
Joe is now going to be under pressure from Giuseppe, I think.
I think that's
right behind him.
I think that's the most passes we've seen in this series so far. I mean,
yeah, that's easily the most intense start of this IMSA series by far. It's I told you guys, the DPI fields are crazy. If they are high number, like more than 5 cars, they're the best specification of prototype racing you can ask for, as well as the GT3 cars. Of course, that's a very common category now, but it's the one that produces the closest racing. So
as we see, Giuseppe is all now stalking Joe
Oh,
Huang
Joe Juan
wants to
really
force that
putting
inside.
no defense.
Ooh, but Joe Huang
Oh,
sticks
no
it
way
out there.
there.
Ooh, but they go wide. They
Joe
always go
Juan
wide there.
gets out of place for the final corner, and Giuseppe almost touching him did a very good job in avoiding the contact.
Yeah, looks like he needs to protect the inside here. Otherwise, Giuseppe will go for it, and he does go for it.
This time Giuseppe will have it through because
Yeah.
he has the line advantage. There we go, and
Yeah,
that's a
Joe Huang
pass
should have
for Giuseppe
protected that
Pastore.
if he wanted to keep this battle alive, but it looks like it didn't live for too long. The field behind is quite packed, as Richard Charlesworth only about a second, less than a second behind Rob Milliken. He's trying to get a good position. We didn't see this name before, so it's a newcomer for this series, I believe. It's quite to see nice people. Sorry, it's quite, yeah, of course, nice people. It's quite my apologies. It's quite to see good people join series in order to race. I'm lost in my words, Lorenzo.
Never mind. Oh, and Tanner Salvi getting tangled with Richard Charlesworth here. He surely will get damage from that contact. And now Miguel Santos is all over him. The DPI is getting caught up with the BMW, which is not conceding at all. Kind of bad judgment here from Richard, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it looks like you and Richard
Oh, and that's a
lunges that inside.
On Rob Milliken, I think
Yeah,
that
it's
is.
quite.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a
Rob
bit
Milliken.
forced.
That was a bit optimistic on the final corner.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one part of that. Is one aspect of the multi-class racing that people tend to overlook. That's the traffic. You really gotta be able to dispatch the slower cars.
This is what happened to
without
Tanner
losing
Selby.
time. Tanner
Almost
Selby,
losing
this
the
is the
car.
aftermath of the contact with the BMW. He then tried to go around the outside of Richard Charlesworth here in the uphill section, but Charlesworth was probably not seeing him because he was battling with Rob Milliken.
Yeah.
Oh, what a mess! And then Charlesworth went up the inside of Rob Milliken in the final corner. Look at that; he's already lining up.
And then
there goes a dive bomb on the final corner,
yeah, and he took him
they both
there.
go wide.
Yeah, so that's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. As we get back to the live feed.
Still, Rob Milliken battling with Richard Charlesworth. The battle is still very much alive. As Joe Brown in the pit lane, the front damage on the Bentley. We saw an early contact between him and another car. Can't remember if it was a Ferrari maybe, or I think it was Coelho with which he had contact. That's a very long stop. That's very costly also in the beginning of the race. We now get to Giuseppe Pastore hounding Peter Vlar on the straight that connects turn 1 and turn 2.
As they get past, that looks like an opportunity if he can put his car.
Differential.
Yeah, puts his car on the inside.
And Giuseppe saying thank you very much. Gets caught up in the draft from the DPI and it gets by Peter Vlar.
Yeah, it looks like it's
the battle is not over yet. Peter Vlar is still there. So.
Yeah, he can still launch the inside here if he wants, and but Giuseppe
takes a look, but then it was too far back to make a move.
Yeah, Giuseppe closed all the hope, and Pastore. We got 3 Pastores now in the front. Nicola Pastore is in the podium, chasing Johnny Gutierrez.
Nicola from P11 to P3 in the space of 5 laps. That's quite an amazing escalation of events. And now Giuseppe following him very closely. I want to see these guys battling with Johnny Gutierrez. Yeah. Johnny Gutierrez was the fastest guy with the BMW in Mexico, for example, but he didn't capitalize in the race. So I want to see what he learned during the course of this 1 hour and 17 minutes left in this race.
He's holding up on his own. They win a 28.5 right now. But Nicola behind him is a second, actually more than a second faster than him on his last lap, and his best is a 27.3. That's what we saw in the qualifying, Lorenzo.
Yeah, that's some quite some lap time. I think the track is on the optimal temperature now, and the tires are working pretty well.
Yeah, VDS, it's a best lap as well. He's not that far behind Samir. I mean, 1.7, he's still in the game. I mean, all he takes is, you know, Samir, you know, looking here and there and doing a mistake, and there you go, Johnny Gutierrez right behind him. But, yeah, we know that Samir is not an easy driver that loses concentration, so it's quite a heated battle between these guys. And it's the battle for the lead. See Gutierrez going into the last corner, maximizing the track, and keeping it within. Ooh, almost loses it as you can see him pushing.
John VDS really on it. He was completely sideways out of the final corner. How did he catch that car?
I mean, he's pushing it. He sees Samir in front of him, knows that if he gets past him, he gets that track position, allowing him to play with the strategy in much more relaxed way.
Yeah, and he needs to apply the pressure. He needs to keep the pressure on Samir to try and hope he can make a move after. Because you know, if you're in second place, what you want to do is try and make the first move, even on strategy or you know, overtake wise. If you're in first, as we now see the DPI is coming together with one of the GT3 cars.
Johnny Gutierrez not.
Yeah, that's Johnny Gutierrez under pressure from Nicola Pastore. We expected this battle to happen. As I was saying, if you're first, you just want to match the second, what the guy in second place does, because you're in control of the race. So it's a difference in mindset, really, that demonstrates the kind of driver that you are. I'm looking forward to see what Samir and Vitigas are going to be doing, because the only direct confrontation that these guys have had was in Mexico, as Nicola Pastore tries to overtake Salvatore, which made a mistake, and that has allowed Johnny Gutierrez to retake the lead in GT class. Yeah, correct. Nicola now handing Salvatore for the P2.
Yeah, this is quite a battle.
We'll probably try and move on the inside.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get it.
Too far back though.
Johnny Gutierrez is so good on the braking.
Johnny Gutierrez is able to, make his driving style versatile, because he's the strongest driver to set up the car for the braking.
I mean, he got past Salvatore somehow. Didn't catch that.
Yeah, Salvatore, I think he went wide in turn 4 or 3.
I think because they're running the same livery.
Had a great exit.
Well, since they're running the same livery, Lorenzo, it's hard to tell. So I thought I was cheering for.
Has quite the breathing space now, as Salvatore needs to defend himself from Nicola.
Yeah, looks like
Nicola
family.
Not trying to move yet is gonna be. And it goes slightly wide.
Story gives the position to his.
No, that's Nicola going wide, and Giuseppe all over him. Look.
Yeah, I mean this.
Salvatore was still P2 before that turn, so Nicola didn't gain anything.
This is turning out to be a family drama, Lorenzo.
Oh my God! Yeah, this is. Family is more important than friends, they say. It doesn't look like it.
What's going on?
Ricardo Riva now going around in the DPI.
But how come Johnny Gutierrez lost the place there?
I have no idea, but he's now behind this group. Not sure what happened. I didn't see what Johnny was up to. I think he went. Maybe he went on the gravel. Or maybe some contact, because look, Johnny is retaking the.
Oh, he spun! This is what happened.
Oh, he was off the track. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was a contact.
Ooh, he got smashed.
In the braking zone.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Punting Johnny Gutierrez off, so that's why he let Johnny Gutierrez pass afterwards to avoid penalties.
Not sure if Johnny Gutierrez will be happy about that.
No, I wouldn't be happy if that was me. Johnny Gutierrez regaining the P2 over the Pastore boys.
Because they pitted,
Salvatore
I believe.
was the one.
Oh no, they didn't.
Salvatore was the one making the mistake.
I think they gave back the position, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because
Johnny Gutierrez deservedly P2, but it was P1, and now Peter Vlar has inherited the lead. How about that?
Yeah, Peter Vlar has got to be the.
And not, we didn't see that, but John Huang, the rookie, in P3, his first outing with the GT3 field.
Yeah,
He's now under pressure from two of the best drivers of the field, Nicola Pastore and Giuseppe Pastore.
But the pressure is on both of them. Let's see if they're gonna work together or try to fight it
I'm not
off.
sure. Salvatore was trying to pass Johnny Gutierrez and he went wrong completely. And he's now got damage at the front because he's struggling now to keep the pace with these guys. Joe Huang now, I'm sure he will keep the car.
Samir Arshad got past Johnny Vodigas. We quite missed that.
Oh, yeah, so that's the lead change in DPI. And that's critical for the championship because these two are going at it in the standings as well.
Yeah, that is true, Lorenzo. We'll try to see if we can see what happened and how the pass happened.
If Samir doesn't win this race, he needs at least a second place finish in the final round to get the win in the standings. Oh, he got stuck in traffic. Look at that.
Oh, the pass looks like it happened way before. I mean, we're trying to go back in time. We're in the time machine now.
Oh yeah, no, look at that. He got stuck behind the McLaren. That's Ed Jones.
And Ed Jones was there.
Yeah, he got compromised by
He
the
got
McLaren.
compromised, and Vitiges took the chance and got passed by him.
Yeah, Vitiges said thank you very much.
Wow.
Well, that's racing. That's good on John Vitiges. Unfortunate for our shot, but that's how multi-class racing goes.
Yeah, as we go back to the live feed, they're still close, toe to toe.
They're still battling. Let's stay on this one because it's gonna be very close. The onboard from Samir Arshad will be amazing to see. Look at that, hounding John Vitiges in the second sector, coming up to the fast left-hander. Bang! There goes the car. Amazing downforce generated by these prototypes. Then back on the right, uphill, over the crest, and then down again towards the final two corners. An amazing track, Red Bull Ring. And now it's John Vitiges' turn to pass that traffic. Bert Eriksson quite smartly lets him go before the turn, and once again Samir Arshad is compromised.
Yeah, looks like the traffic is playing a big role.
I think Samir needs to trust brakes of the car a little bit more. John Vitiges looks to be more comfortable.
Yeah, and John Vitiges made him.
Look at that, Giuseppe Pastore in the middle of the battle, and now Samir really has a great opportunity to pass John Vitiges. They both lunge up the inside.
Yeah, Vitiges is protecting. Samir's trying to make it around.
Very late.
He's trying to hang it out around the inside.
What an amazing battle we have.
Yeah, it didn't stick. It didn't stick. He wanted to. He was ambitious to get that around the inside, around the outside. Sorry, but it didn't stick. But still not far from over as we get yellow in sector 3.
Oh, and Samir.
Yeah, gets the pass.
My God.
Goes off track a bit.
He goes wide. Oh my God, this is great racing. Samir Arshad making the extreme dive bomb up the inside.
Yeah, that was quite a lunge.
Oh my God, that was risky as well.
Indeed.
Could have ended in tragedy for both of them.
Ended in a very bad way, indeed.
Ooh, and what was that? Salvatore going.
Yeah, Salvatore went a bit.
DPI pass.
Yeah, he went off track a little bit. Ooh, as Vitiges is trying to pass the DPI, the GT3, it will compromise his lap as we see that's going on. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, now Samir has got back very close to the gearbox of the blue Acura of John Vitiges. Now coming out to the first corner as we get by the 1 hour mark. Again, yellow flag in sector 2. Something is going wrong there. Oh no, in a battle. That's a battle for the lead, I think. Yeah, that's Peter Vlar with Johnny Gutierrez and Nicola Pastore for the P123 in GT class.
Yeah, Pastore gets...
And Nicola Pastore on Johnny Gutierrez.
Yeah, intense he got racing. That move. Wow. He really got that move.
This is the best race of the season.
It is. Very, very, very busy.
Now Miguel Santos lines up the BMW.
I'm sure Gutierrez will not let that go in vain. He will surely try to get a move again. If he can keep up with the Nicola. I mean, the pace is very different because they're running a second, almost 1.5 seconds faster somehow. So let's see how Gutierrez will.
Yeah, but look, the traffic, as I was saying, is the one of the most important aspects of multi-class racing, because Peter Vlar, his pace was not up to speed compared to Nicola Pastore and Johnny Gutierrez, and somehow, by getting his opportunities right and using traffic smartly, he's still in P1.
Indeed, as
And now,
Pastore is
although that
setting
could
up.
last very shortly because Nicola is all over him now.
Yeah, he's setting up for that move. I mean, he's trying to get a good exit, a clean exit out of turn 1, because there's a long straight. You want to tuck that into that split stream. As we see Peter
And he
Vrar
did that.
already,
Look at that.
yeah, he's already defending the inside. Pastore is trying to skip that split stream as much as he can and gets on the outside, very ambitious. Well, he get the. It looks like it's a move done to me. Yeah.
Stronger on the braking.
Yeah.
Great pass by Nicola Pastore, which
the
now
outside.
inherits him the lead
Yeah,
in GT class.
Let's not forget Johnny Gutierrez is also stalking this battle, as he might get his chance right here. Hopefully he doesn't launch that inside too far and gets himself, and he does. No, decides to.
No, he doesn't.
Actually,
he does though.
No, he didn't. It's Peter Vlar that went.
Peter Vlar.
Yeah, he went a bit too wide. I think he was
Yeah.
expecting him to get launched that inside, but somehow didn't do it. Quite a battles. As we see
Quite a battle, yeah. And Tanner Selvi now coming up to line these two guys up. A battle in DPI class still goes on between John Vidiguest and Samir Arshad. These two guys closing up between each other. John Vidiguest now again stuck in traffic.
Yeah, this is the pass that happened between Nicola and Johnny Gutierrez. This is how he got the pass on him.
DPIs that went by just moments before.
Yeah, as we hit down back to the live feed, John Vidiguest now has got a company.
Samir Arshad. So Samir passed Johnny Vidiguest, and now Miguel Santos made up quite a few seconds, and he's now all over John Vidiguest.
Yeah,
so the battle flames up in DPI class.
I mean, these cars, when they get close to each other, you get compromised a little bit because of the downforce, but not that much that it doesn't allow you to make a move. So let's see what Miguel Santos can do as he goes into the last fourth corner.
He's very measured with the braking. He braked early to prepare for the last corner. Look at that.
Yeah, it goes a bit
good
wide.
Exit.
Ooh, almost loses it.
Yeah, the curbs are unforgiving here.
Legendary save by Santos. Lost a bit of time, but shouldn't be a problem if he can get this corner right, and he does get it right. I mean, you're trying to stay away from that white yellow sausage you saw right there. I mean, that's the.
Yeah, and also the fact is, in the final corner, right after the sausage, there's grass. If you touch that, you're dead. And we saw that with John Vidiguest. He made an incredible save while chasing Samir Arshad, and now it's Tanner Salvi's turn. So Miguel Santos' turn. So it's really unforgiving what the curb can do, especially in the final sector.
Vidiguest is closing up very close on Samir Arshad.
Yeah, but traffic is coming up, so
this could play on
the same show again.
It could play for both of them. I mean, we saw that John Vidiguest got past Samir because of traffic, but then the same thing happened to Vidiguest.
Yeah, look at that. Samir going around Middleton now in the BMW.
Yeah, it looks like the line.
John Vidiguest didn't lose time there.
Yeah, but compromised his line because of the... As well as Santos will have to compromise his line. So that should give him relief.
Yeah, he goes slightly wide, and again he has to catch the car.
Yeah, it's a bit of a real relief for Samir Arshad when he sees that happening behind him, but it's... the pace is very, very close, so Vidiguest isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I wonder how the strategy will unravel as we go towards turn 2 now.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. Usually they opt in for one pit stop when it's dry.
Yeah, it's usually a one-stopper with the DPI.
Indeed. As they go past Michael Labelle.
Yeah, that's Michael Labelle in the BMW.
I miss him in the Audi. Ooh, Samir goes a little bit Wide there. Open up the opportunity for John Villegas to go from the outside. As we have another yellow.
No grip there. It's not going to be able to do that. Oh, and yeah, told you. It's not enough space for two cars to pass, although John Villegas looks spicy indeed.
I mean, he got to be careful because Santos is right behind him.
Yeah, this is probably the closest battle we've had in DPI class, and John Villegas protected himself from Santos. Santos a little bit on the edge with the curbs. Look, it's on the limit every time.
I mean, every time he gains a position, he loses it as John Villegas now.
Look at that, John Villegas lunging up.
He might get that inside.
Who
chooses not to.
Too far back, and Samir Shah nailed the braking here.
I mean, there's still an hour to go, so I mean, I can see why Johnny Gutierrez didn't take that risk of taking the inside. But I mean, there's still a long straight right here, so he might go for it.
Samir needs to defend. John Villegas chooses patience for now.
Yeah, looks like Samir knew that he was a bit too far for it and trusted that he won't lunge it, but you can't always trust the drivers trying to take your position.
You shouldn't, because he's going to try something, for sure.
Indeed. Villegas goes a bit wide there.
He leans on the curb, gets a magnificent exit though. He's able to keep the line shorter than the one that Samir is using.
Yeah, it seems like Villegas gets a bit excited when he's too close and he's about to pass, and then it puts him in a position where he starts making a little bit of mistakes, but he's still hanging on there. As Salvatore.
Yeah, this is Salvatore Pastore on Joe Huang, the amazing rookie of the day, I would say, for now, hanging out in P3 in class.
Salvatore was about to get the inside, but it may I think Huang went a bit too wide, or not.
I think Salvatore doesn't want to make the mistake that he did with
Gutierrez.
Johnny Gutierrez.
Yeah.
John Villegas all over Samir Shah as we got a yellow flag in sector 3.
And we crossed the 1 hour mark. I mean, the moment I take my eye away from this battle, I for sure know something is going to happen. So we will try to cover this as much as we can. Back at the field of the DPI class, I mean, we got Tanner Selby right here. 25 seconds.
Currently in P4, not being able to match Santos or Villegas, but surely a great showing by Selby as well, because he does not have all the experience that the front runners have in the prototype, but he's making a show for it, I reckon.
Yeah, and Andrew Harper, 46 seconds behind Tanner Selby. Or sorry, behind the leaders. He's 23 seconds behind Selby. Andrew Harper on his DPI car.
He's running a very low setup. The floor of the car scratching the surface of the Red Bull ring.
I mean, these laps are very competitive, so it's very weird.
Yeah, he has a great pace. I'm not sure I think he had an issue at the beginning. He lost quite a bit of time in the first couple laps.
I think most likely that's what happened. But yeah, his pace is looking quite good, so let's see how this would unravel. I mean, he's about 26 seconds behind Tanner Selby, which himself is 19 seconds, so yeah, I mean, a P4 is better than nothing. But so far...
I'm surprised Riva and Da Silva are that off the pace. I was not expecting this to happen. Ricardo Riva not being able to match his teammate's pace. His teammate being Samir Arshad, currently running in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, his last lap was still competitive as well, a 19-1, but like you said, something might have happened in the early stages of the race that puts him in the P6 right now. Yeah, but not a race to remember for Ricardo, for sure. As we see him go up the hill, bringing it down to first gear and going uphill as the elevation changes. You gotta watch out the back, that might snap on you, so you gotta be careful with the throttle. Going up to the corner where we saw some or most of the passes actually happened here.
He had a lockup there, so maybe he has tire issues.
Yeah,
because I saw him lock up. Quite a few times before, and also now in the fourth corner. He had a small lockup at the front left.
Yeah, and the last man in the class De Silva.
Gil da Silva, currently in P7.
Yeah, his pace is very nowhere to be seen. I mean, his best lap is a 1:20.1. Looks like he's suffering a lot.
I think this DPI class was probably tricky to handle, and
Yeah,
you know, some drivers are more, you know, they go towards a certain specification of cars. For example, Samir Arshad, which is in the lead right now, but as a matter of fact, is stronger in the GT field. He wanted to try the DPI for a first experience in prototype racing because, you know, we are now in 2022. In 2023, we're going to have a huge LMDH and LMH field both in IMSA and WEC, so you never know. But it was a great experience for him, I think, to switch to DPIs. And maybe next season we will see Da Silva trying a GT car and see if it fits him better.
yeah, it's
Now John
always
Villegas, look at that. Look at the run that John Villegas
yeah,
has on
Samir
Samir
protecting
Arshad.
the inside.
Yeah, he's having to defend. John Villegas not being able to find the line, but he will get the cut back maybe.
Ooh, yeah, he did get. It looks like he puts his nose a bit in the front, but Samir Al-Shad closes it.
Putting his Acura DPI in the perfect position, and also is very lucky that Johnny
Yeah,
Gutierrez
they're
is
very
there
close.
to
This is
cover
very
the line.
nervous. I knew that was gonna happen.
Contact.
Yeah, when they get
Not
too
too big,
close. I mean, Lorenzo, I gotta tell you, when you're that close, your braking gets like greater than what you would expect, which may cause what we just saw, that slight bump that happened between the cars. As we see a bit of a lag spike, but should be good. Wow, this is turning out to be very intense, Lorenzo. I mean, my heart skipped a beat on
the
that.
biggest fight in DPI class in the entire season.
This is the battle for the lead, if you like to remember.
Richard Charlesworth in the pits with the GT. Now, Samir Arshad and John Villegas, as we said, are battling for the driver's crown in DPI class. So this is the most direct fight you're gonna see.
Yeah, so far
Samir Arshad leading, John Villegas chasing, but is always back and forth. And in the season, it was mostly John Villegas leading and Arshad chasing. Although in Mexico we had a great fight between these two drivers, and the results speak for themselves. I mean, both are pretty much even in terms of points. We're gonna see how this unravels in the race and next round as well.
Yeah, as they get past Pastori, Nicola Pastori, who's leading right now, he's 14 seconds ahead of Gutierrez. Quite a gap he built right there. As he's being passed now by Santos as well, who's chasing Villegas while he's battling with Samir Arshad. A battle that we're not sure who's gonna come in at the top by the end of this race. And both of the cars hadn't pitted anyway, and that includes John, Samir, and Santos. So the battle is still far from ending. As we go down the field a little bit, Barrett Ericsson is in the McLaren.
Barrett Ericsson not being able to match the top 5 pace for now. He's now in P6, trying to catch Richard Charlesworth, which of course is a lap car because he pitted, so he lost time with that. Peter Vlar is in the next car. Barrett Ericsson needs to focus on the black and grey McLaren, really iconic livery for our previous champion.
I mean, Barrett Ericsson, with the pace he has and his last lap and everything else, P6 isn't that bad with the performance he's showing today. But it's always
no. I think it confirms the season. He has been around that position for pretty much the entire thing. And what happened to Rob Milliken? He was battling with Joe Huang, I think it was.
Yeah, he dropped.
He dropped quite a few places.
Yeah, he's 14 seconds behind Barrett Ericsson. I mean, the back of the field of, or the back markers of the GT3 is they're pretty spread out and very hard to understand what happens, because some of them might have pitted, but as well things happen in a way, a small touch, because we saw a yellow flag and I think something might have happened in the backfield, which caused these.
Yeah, and unfortunately, heartbreak for the Bentley team. Joe Brown with a DNF in Austria. That's quite a shame, because he was one of the strongest runners in the last 3 races. A great guy, great driver. We met him in the post-race interviews many times. Really a serious driver, but also a very easygoing person. Shame to see him DNF early in the race.
Yeah, Joe Brown, quite a nice guy. Always comes up in the interview. But it looks like his race ended very shortly today. Yeah, but what if I told you, Lorenzo, that Giuseppe Pastore is unlapping himself?
Oh my god.
How did that happen?
Yeah, Giuseppe Pastore, I have no idea how that happened. He must have collected damage from contact. I did not realize Giuseppe Pastore was that behind.
Yeah, he's unlapping himself. He's about 2 seconds. So he's chasing now Richard Charlesworth. He's about 2 seconds behind him, and he was unlapping himself from Bear Ericsson. Bear Ericsson is still ahead. Matter of fact,
yeah, that's quite a few
places.
Weird events. And John
Yeah.
Villegas in the pit lane. This is going to be critical for the race win in DPI class. John Villegas pitting for a very short time.
I'm very excited to see where he's going to come out when Samir Arshad pits as well.
Yeah, let's see if Samir Arshad is putting on a good lap or no. We should go with him. He has clear track ahead, so
Yeah, I mean, he put in the best Sector 1 right now at 33.8. That's his best ever.
He's pushing.
I mean, his best has been
He's trying the overcut, probably.
He is. Not sure how it's going to work. As Villegas heads out, he's going to have...
Riva comes in.
He's going to have a lot of traffic, though.
Yeah.
This is not the position
Yeah,
Johnny
and
Gutierrez.
he's gonna catch the front of the field, of the GT field as well. He has Peter Vlar and Salvatore Pastore, I think, in front.
Yeah, I mean, this is a position Villegas does not want to be in when you have this much traffic. You want to be pushing for your laps, because Samir Arshad right now, if you look with me...
He's not pitting yet.
He's not pitting as well, but he himself, he could have pitted there to avoid the GT back markers, as he's passing Mike right there, a new name that I see today. Or am I right?
Yeah, I think he's a rookie as well. Putting on a good show, to be honest. He's in the middle of the field.
Tanner Selby got past somebody?
I think Tanner Selby passed Santos because Santos is in the pit lane.
Yeah, that is correct.
So all the DPI front runners have to react to that, and which is pretty much Samir Arshad, the only one of the top 3 who did not pit. Riva, John Villegas, and Miguel Santos have pitted. Tanner Selby is yet to come into the pit lane.
Miguel Santos pitted?
Well,
are you sure?
Yes. He is in the pit lane, I think, as we speak.
Yeah, he is in the pit. He's getting out. Villegas is ahead of him by quite a lot.
Yeah, he gained with the undercut.
I mean, he's 16 seconds ahead.
And Miguel Santos disrespecting the white line. He could get in trouble with that.
Yeah, looks like he didn't keep it on the wide line. I like this action, the spark action that I see.
All the DPIs are running very low aero specs, so floor is very low to maximize downforce. Even the car is light on aerodynamic load, so I want to see what. Yeah, and
Samir in the pits.
This is going to be critical. Let's follow John Villegas and see where he is now.
I mean, this is
He's
exciting.
in the second sector. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close.
It's going to be close. Samir Arshad is still in the pits.
Still in the pit lane, still stationary. So I reckon John Villegas will have the lead.
Yeah, he's only 2 corners ahead. Samir Arshad still in the pits. Why is he taking so long?
He comes out now. It's going to be very close. John Villegas gets around the start-finish line.
Samir is out. Villegas is up the hill. This is going to be very close.
It is very close. Samir gets the lead, but John Villegas has a more momentum
Yeah, and
in his car.
the tires are already up to temperature, and
Yeah, it's gonna be very close between these two this lap.
yeah, this is gonna get like the braking, like right here, is allow him to get close. Ooh, we see
and
Samir.
sideways.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get out with cold tires. You gotta be very careful, especially in the
Andrew
uphills
Harper,
there.
meanwhile, in the pits. Yeah, on board from him in the pit lane. Back on John Villegas' car, chasing the leader, current leader Samir Rashad. As they are gonna now catch what I reckon it is one of the GT cars. Yeah, it is. It's a BMW.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
Rob
there we
Milliken.
go.
Yeah, it is Rob
Yeah,
Milliken
Rob
passing him.
Milliken. Ooh, and John Villegas having a look at the inside of
Ooh,
Samir.
Samir goes very wide
Samir
there.
goes very wide though.
Yeah,
That's gonna let John Villegas have a great look up the inside there at turn 1. Look at the draft he has.
yeah, that's a long draft. He's gonna take his car in the inside, but doesn't hold it.
Ooh, and Samir, great work at closing
Very
the door, but
close.
John Villegas is now on him. Takes the outside as Samir
Ooh, but he got the
protects the
GT
inside,
there.
but he
That's
has
traffic.
GT class.
Yeah, how is he gonna? Ooh,
Yeah,
decides
it's not
not
gonna be
to.
able to pass here.
Yeah, but look what. Ooh, they touch a little bit
Ooh,
there.
Samir having to brake even more to not collect Ed Jones's with McLaren, I think.
This is a
And John
train.
Villegas once again getting the line up the outside.
Can he hold it though? Not quite.
Not quite. Great racing though between the two
Wow.
leaders. They now line up Michael Labelle in the left-hander. Good driving by the BMW driver to let the two DPIs pass. Now, once again in the final corner, John Villegas has a better line. Look at the time he gained. Samir here is gonna
He
try
might
on
put
the
his car.
inside.
He does
Samir
put his car
does
in the
not
inside.
defend. That was contact there.
I think he got past him. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got past him, but it was contact. It was a great pass by John Villegas.
Yeah.
Samir Rashad got caught out. I think he did not expect John Villegas to try an overtake in that particular corner.
Yeah, but
And
what a
now John
surprise.
Villegas has clear track ahead of him.
It's quite a surprise for Samir to see Villegas on his inside there, because I think he saw him go wide and just thought that that was his best chance, and indeed he was right. As we try to show you what happened.
Yeah, look at that.
Quite a
He
clean
was able
pass.
yeah, clean pass. He was able to hold it all
Yeah.
the way to the front straightaway. Good pass.
Wait back to the live feed. Once again, Gutierrez now is building up his gap from Samir Arshad. 2 seconds. Already ahead. Miguel Santos is also climbing up slowly but surely. I mean, from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. He shoved up about 5 seconds, but that's due to the fight that was happening between Samir and Villegas. So he took advantage from all that, from all what was happening. Let's see if he can keep up his pace to catch up to Samir Arshad and probably trigger a triple battle for the win, as we saw earlier today.
Yeah, Samir Rashad. And Miguel Santos spins off. And hits the wall. That's gonna be heavy damage on the backhand of the Acura.
Yeah, this is gonna. Tanner
Oh,
Selvi is
man.
right behind him.
And Tanner Salvi is gonna say thank you very much. I'll
Not-
take those seconds that you lost.
Not quite, because he's about 8 seconds. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but still it gained
It is
massively on Miguel Santos.
It is a gift on a golden platinum, that is.
Yeah,
I mean,
and Miguel Santos is pretty much off the leading battle for now. He's 25 seconds behind John Villegas. How did he lose that car? I think he got sideways on the curb, and he was not able to catch the car back. Once you lose the back with these prototypes, especially in that part of the corner of the track, so easy.
yeah, look what
to
happened,
lose
though.
it completely. Yeah, he lost it, and you can see he leaned on the curb, and he already lost it before that.
Yeah.
So probably too much speed. Was trying to carry too much speed around the corner, and he gets a pretty big whack. The rear bumper of the Acura. He was able to keep going though.
Yeah, I mean, quite a quite a scene for Santos right there.
Yeah.
He dropped now to 25 seconds.
Yeah, that's a scary moment also.
Yeah, it allowed Tanner Selby to
get back into contention for the podium.
it did, yeah. Andrew Harper, Tanner Selby is protected from Andrew Harper 53 seconds
Nicola
ahead.
Pastore on Didier Coelho.
Yeah, it looks like the DPI took all of our attention today.
Yeah, DPI class producing some great racing. This is Nicola Pastore on Didier Coelho, as I was saying.
Yeah, he got
Didier
past
Coelho, the only Ferrari 488 in the field. Great to see the Ferrari here.
Yeah, but to be honest, Lorenzo, nothing much was happening now in the GT class.
Yeah, it's GT class is spread out, and whereas the DPI field, which is of course usually the one that is less exciting,
that is
producing
true.
the best race of the season. So how about that?
Yeah, I didn't expect that for sure. As looks like Ed Jones is in the eyesight of Salvatore. As the Silva, right? Oh my God, very close.
Salvatore is very late on the brakes.
Yeah, I think
Silva is gonna have to make way past these cars.
Probably he didn't expect Ed Jones to be braking that much, but I'm quite glad it didn't end horribly for both.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. Salvatore already made contact with a car.
Who takes the inside that easy?
That
wow.
particular corner, that's a great pass.
I mean, he made it look so
one
easy.
One of the most unexpected places you would, think to see an overtake. Now, the McLaren does not look like it's coping very well with the conditions today. BMW looks to be the car to beat.
I mean, I wasn't ready to for that pass. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, up the inside, great pass.
Yeah, quite a quite an easy pass that I've seen today. Salvatore makes his way up in P7 right now, right behind Didier Coelho, but he's 38 seconds.
Making his way back.
But 38 seconds though.
I think he pitted though. Salvatore and Nicola went into the pits before. Yeah. At least I'm sure Nicola did. Maybe Salvatore only had pace disadvantage due to the contact earlier in the race. I wonder how Samir is coping with John Villegas at this stage.
Well, so far Samir is about less than a second behind as we speak.
Yeah, so they're still battling.
Yeah, they're still battling
very close to each other. The endless battle between the two standing contenders.
Yeah, but before this battle ignites again, I just want to put the lights a little bit on Gutierrez. He's leading right now, followed by Peter Vlar and Barrett Ericsson, who's about to be attacked. Actually, that is not true. Charlesworth is trying to unlap himself from Barrett Ericsson, but Barrett Ericsson is in a provisional P3 right now, as it stands. And Pastoria is about 12 seconds behind him?
Yeah, because Nicola pitted.
Okay.
So he went probably 38 seconds behind everyone.
Yeah, I got a bit too excited because I thought Barrett Ericsson also pitted. This would have been a great news, but it's still good news for Barrett Ericsson now. Provisional P3, I mean, he can try strategy here. He's been a master with strategy, so it's nothing to worry about, as Rob Milliken is less than a second behind Didier Coelho right now. Samir Arshad, once again, try to take the shine away from everyone this evening. Samir and Villegas are being the start of the race. I mean, if you had to vote for two drivers of the day, I would take these two. With no doubt. Because Rob Milliken is still chasing as well Didier Coelho for that P5. See the sparks right there when they go downhill. Samir Arshad loses a bit of time now, 2 seconds. I think he went a bit wide. Trying to keep you guys updated with the battle of the lead while also showing you what's going on in the GT3 field. So as it says right now, Barry Ericsson, Peter Vlar, and Juni Gutierrez are sitting in the podium provisionally right now. But Nicola Pastori is 10 seconds. He already pitted. Barry Ericsson did not, and therefore the position will be switched very soon.
They need to watch out because Nicola is on a great pace with fresh tires, and I reckon he pitted at the right moment. He did halfway into the race with one set of tires, and then he went into the pits, new fresh tires, and it's the best sensation you can possibly have in a car with a fresh set of boots for your car. You can just push it to the limit, and Nicola is doing just that, and he's now P4. Bart Ericsson and Peter Vlar in particular need to watch out. I think Johnny Gutierrez has the potential to keep his P1, but we'll see.
Yeah, quite a battle today. Rob Millikan is stalled in the car ahead of him. The Ferrari right there. Looks like he's the man that decided not to go with the let's call it the meta of today, which is the BMW. But he's still putting a great show on that Ferrari right there. They're gonna be passed right now by Gilles de Silva.
Oh, and Rob Millikan showing us the side of the BMW.
Yeah. Giving us the show as well.
And weirdly enough, Samir Arshad is now falling back towards compared to John Villegas. He was barely 1 second behind the Dutch driver. He's now 6 seconds. So I don't know what happened. Something must have happened to Arshad. He lost 2 seconds in the first sector this lap. So maybe, I don't know, probably a mistake from him. He's now P2 in DPI class, trying to catch back that gap that he had on Dom Villegas. Miguel Santos in P3, 14 seconds behind Samir Arshad. Miguel Santos, and what happened here? He went wide and he was out of the track and on the gravel. That's going to be costly. He now gets back onto the race surface. What's going on with Miguel Santos? Yeah, he had quite an issue with the car, as heartbreak once again for Ricardo Riva. Such a shame to see him retire. Is right there in the pit box. He had a torrid season with the DPI. I'm not sure whether he had a problem or some contact maybe. And this is the man to beat, John Villegas in P1, currently lapping in the 1-teens. The best lap was a 1:18.4. Last lap was a 1:19.6. Is now gapping Samir Arshad by some 8 seconds. Great showing by the Dutch driver. Of course, he already took his pit stop, so doesn't need to worry about strategy anymore. Closest battle by far is this Rob Millikan chasing Didier Coelho in the Ferrari. Now, they are here with Andrew Harper, who is now taking the outside by passing the GT3 cars. Rob Millikan, of course, trying to catch his first top 5 finish of the year, I think, in GT class. What separates him between this and the result is just time. If he stays here for 32 minutes, he gets the P5. Although I'm sure he will want try and battle with Didier Cueto for that P4. BMW following very closely. It's now going to have a great look on the Ferrari as Johnny Gutierrez goes into the pit lane. He goes out of the pit lane, sorry. So he took his pit stop, almost 47 seconds of total pit lane time. Total pit lane time meaning the time that you need to drive through the pit lane, and then you add to that the time that you spend stationary in the pit box to get serviced, and that is fuel and tires. Although I'm not sure he's double stinting the tires. He may be on a double stinting strategy. I'm not sure about that. He regains the lead. Anyway, he was so far ahead of everyone that he regains the lead, although Barrett Ericsson is now on the same lap. And look at Nicola Pastore now gaining on the McLaren, is almost side by side. Nicola Pastore harassing Barrett Ericsson. Remember, Barrett Ericsson started way behind and is now P2, and rightfully so. He's the former champion. Now Nicola Pastore on the inside, going on the right-hander, is too far back. He gets out of the way. Barrett Ericsson still gaining on the guys behind him. Now Nicola has to try and move because he needs to win the race to try and stay in the battle with Johnny Gutierrez. He needs at least a P2 here, so he will want to get the McLaren out of the way easily if he can. Doesn't look like it's the case, but there we see him take the inside. Oh, and great launch up the inside, almost contact, but a clean move overall. Barrett Ericsson is still side by side him. Nicola Pastore is still behind Barrett Ericsson now for the P2 in GT class, as Samir Arshad is not regaining time on John Villegas, so that's gonna be worrying Samir quite a bit. His last lap time was 4 seconds slower than John Villegas. I am not sure what's happening to Samir Arshad, but he is not producing the pace he needs to produce to try and worry John Villegas. He's 18 seconds now behind the leading driver.
Yeah, looks like Samir dropped out quite hard. 19 seconds behind Villegas. That's quite a gap.
Oh, and Nicola Pastore is side by side with Barrett Ericsson. The duo fighting for P2. Now Nicola should have the move done, although Barrett Ericsson is very strong under braking. Nicola having the line advantage, he gains the P2.
He made it look easy, doesn't he?
Not quite. He was right there behind Barrett Ericsson,
Ericsson looks like he was gonna
many laps.
Barrett Ericsson can hold on his own for sure. What an experienced driver. We've seen him in many series. We've broadcasted and we didn't broadcast. He was present. What a... I mean, I know Barrett Ericsson. Probably don't know this, Lorenzo, but I've raced against him in another league that is closed now. It was called Race to Play back in 2014. So the guy is quite experienced, I should say. As we will see once again, the clean move done by Pastore. on Didier Coelho, takes the inside, goes up the hill, make sure the car stays stable, and just like that, hits the P2 from Barrett Ericsson. Let's wait down back to the live feed. Barrett Ericsson is Lewis Middleton, sorry, right behind Nicola Pastori, but he was a lapped car. So now Nicola is only about 3 seconds behind Gutierrez. He has to make his way up. You can see that in his live feed that Gutierrez is only about 3 seconds. Now it's dropping to 2.6. Monstrous laps are being put now by Nicola Pastori. 127.9 his last lap. Absolutely fascinating. As we hit down the field a little bit.
That's Nicola Pastore now handing the P2 again. Great to see all these cars fighting as Andrew Harper, heartbreak for the DPI, is the first DPI retirement. DNF, such a shame. Ed Jones, meanwhile, in the pits. Now, Johnny Gutierrez, I have not seen a strongest race by himself with the BMW. This is the first time I really see him comfortable totally with the car. Other than Mexico, really, which was, again, the only race where he was faster than anybody else. And what happened to Samir?
I think he might have pitted or something. We'll try to.
He was P2. He's now P4. What happened to him?
Could have pitted, but I'm not quite sure. We can investigate more. As we have the time machine, so I like to call it, Lorenzo. But it looks like so far nothing happened in the back as we keep going back in time. Because we don't have the exact moment of what happened, so we can do a little bit of investigation while we goes a bit wide there. Other than that, nothing happened to Samir. As we hit down to the live feed. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Lorenzo. I mean, I try to go back in time and lap, but it looks like, yeah, I don't know. I can't seem to find what really happened. We might get insights from him if he's able to join us in the interview as he get past Michael Labelle to explain what happened. It was a bit wide there.
To explain what happened to Samir, he had earlier damage from a contact with John Villegas during the battle that we saw. And he chose the conservative way and he fixed damage in the pit lane. Now hoping he can catch back Salvi and maybe Santos.
But 76 seconds behind Tanner
Silva.
Yeah,
it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot to regain.
He's got 24 minutes to do so. I don't know how it's humanly possible, but yeah, I guess this is racing as Gutierrez. Sorry about that. Gutierrez all over the place of, or it's the opposite. It's Pastori that is all over the place of Gutierrez. As Johnny is trying to hold for dear life to keep Pastori behind him. He knows the pace is difference, and it's quite long. It's almost a second. So Johnny Gutierrez must defend with all what he got to keep Pastori behind him, and that is not an easy job. It's quite easier said than done. I mean, he should be already on the inside here, but it looks like he's easily giving up the inside. Wow, I like the ambition of Gutierrez. I mean, he trusts his car, trusts his braking, knows that
he's comfortable with the car. It looks like it's really an extension of himself. The BMW, quite easily the best car of the field at this stage. Pretty much all the front runners are on the BMW, but Johnny Gutierrez is one of the few guys that has really been able to exploit it at fullest. Now, Nicola is side by side of him, and by the speed, he should have the move done.
Yeah, it looks like Pastori already ahead of him as we speak. So, yeah. I think Gutierrez can do. I mean, he can try a lunge right here, but he's a bit too far to do that. Yeah, but if Nicola gets away at the next corner, that'll be it. That'll be the sealed conversation. Yeah, looks like Gutierrez will have to settle in for the P2 for now. Barrett Ericsson, surprisingly, still in the P3. So
Yeah, the McLaren really coming alive today at the Red Bull Ring with
yeah,
Bart
but
Ericsson.
you'd have to give the credit to the driver. I mean, Barrett Ericsson has
Oh,
been.
absolutely.
It's like
Oh, lag spike.
teach us DNF.
If he did, we have to really.
Uh,
I think he did.
oh my God.
I think he did DNF.
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh yes, he did. A DNF for Bart Ericsson. Again, the commentator's curse.
Um,
We are so sorry to Bart Ericsson for what happened to him. He did not deserve to end this race with a 0. He was
I mean,
running a very strong P3.
it looked like
What
a
a
network
shame.
issue or something because he
Yeah,
like suddenly like that's the
he froze.
yeah. We can't even
Yeah.
show what happened. Yeah,
Yeah, he completely froze.
yeah. Even the game doesn't know what happened because I think
Yeah,
he's
the game is not. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
As we
my
go
God.
back to the live feed,
Well, that's how it goes sometimes.
that's true. That's true.
So, if you're joining now, you have missed quite the battle. Now, John Villegas is leading DPI, followed by Miguel Santos, although Miguel is 32 seconds behind. Tanner Salvi in P3, with Samir Rashad in P4, and coming back after a bad pit stop, let's say an unscheduled pit stop. Although Samir Rashad is lapping the 118s, he gained 1.3 seconds over John Villegas the last time around, and is now 68 seconds behind the lead. There's still a slight chance that he may catch Miguel Santos. We'll see that in the next few laps. Nicola Pastore leading in GT3. He inherited the lead quite some laps ago, very few laps ago, at the expense of Johnny Gutierrez, which has been the overall better driver in GT class, to be honest. He was at the front for the entire race. He had a few contacts. He lost quite a bit of time. He was able to gain it back and find himself in P1 for most of the time. Now Nicola has a better pace, so he passed him. Peter Vlar in P3 with Giuseppe Pastore in P4. An amazing recovery by
As we saw
Giuseppe as
Miguel
well.
Santos. Oh my God, he drifted through that T1. Sorry to cut you off, Lorenzo.
Oh, no, that's fine. Miguel Santos on it. He probably sees Samir Rashad gaining on time-wise. Maybe they have to pit a second time as well. Who knows?
Yeah,
They may be out for a scheduled pit stop again. I have no idea, honestly. But yeah, Miguel Santos on it. His last lap was a 1:18.5, which is pretty much
yeah. This is what happened to him. Ooh,
one
look
of the
at that
best laps of the
save.
race, actually.
I mean, look at that, Lorenzo.
Oh my God. That's worth a photograph, man.
Yeah.
Sideways. Oh my God. Look at the angle that car is taking.
I think the sausage might have saved him there.
Quite the look.
Yeah, it's way down back to the live feed. Santos currently P2, 27 seconds behind VD Guest. I mean, VD Guest right now is, I could imagine him driving one hand, sipping a coffee, I don't know, any drink, enjoying his, I mean, 30 seconds ahead of Santos.
It's pretty much a safe position.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can fuel save and go to the end.
Yeah, his biggest
with,
nemesis
no
was
worries.
Samir, and knowing that Samir now is 66 seconds behind, that should put a relief on the shoulders of a driver like VD Guest. Quite battle, quite a position trading that happened in the race. Most of it, actually. They stole the show of today.
Yeah, it was a great show by both of them.
Indeed, as we try to show a little bit of the back markers once again. Zhou Huang, a newcomer in SimRacingOnline, putting a competitive pace and sitting currently in P6. Not a bad entrance for Mr. Zhou Huang, which himself also chose to be on the follow the meta of picking the BMW. Can't blame him, it's quite a good car. Didier Coelho, once again, has to defend Salvatore Pastore. I butchered that name.
It's fine. Didier Coelho with the Ferrari, strong race for him in P6.
Yeah, but if we go on the onboard of trying to find a better view. It's like I like the view of the DPI where it shows the inside, but just a bit, you know. Let's try again. Oh, this one was good. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the viewers and to Lorenzo as well that he can see Didier Coelho right ahead of him. So that means that he knows at any given time he will be right behind him. And if Didier Coelho,
yeah, that's a dogfight scenario. The predator hunting the prey.
yeah,
And
Pastore.
when you see the driver in front of you, it's a psychological boost for you because you know what your objective is. But if you see it, that's another deal. It's a complete different mindset that you can have during a race, and you can see that Salvatore is on the limit. He's really trying to catch the Ferrari, and look at the time he gained on the last sector.
Yeah, I mean, he's, we'll see his last lap at 29.7 compared to 132. So that is not that much. I mean, I don't know what happened. I assume he's carrying a bit of damage as we see Samir get past him. Because his pace has dropped quite a lot for the Pastore. I mean, his best lap is at 28.3. So, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but assume there is a potential damage to the car, maybe.
Maybe you still have some damage from the contact early in the race. Maybe he didn't fix all the damage in the pit stops to not lose too much time.
Maybe, yeah. A lot of hypotheses that could be built around.
Yeah, it's.
Now, I'd like to take.
Miguel Santos struggling to get ahead of Salvatore outside the third corner.
I'd like to take just a second to thank a follower, Sorbi Pepe 84 Italy. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Sir Beppe. Appreciate the help.
Appreciate the love. Another yellow in Sector 3.
Yeah, yellow flag in Sector 3. Probably somebody going wide, as we now see Didier Coelho getting away from Salvatore quite a bit. Salvatore was not on his best lap here.
Not at all.
Nicola Pastore leading again, still leading in GT class. Johnny Gutierrez P2. I have to give props to Zhou Huang, man. He was a rookie today, and he's sitting in P5. He was P3 at one stage, so great race by the rookie.
Oh, absolutely.
Gaining most of the time and maximizing all the maneuvers from the DPI to put this BMW in a comfortable position. Great race for Joe.
I mean, his pace is matching, if not faster, than the guy ahead of him, Rob Milliken. So he's chasing him right now. Not sure if he has enough time to catch him, but still a very good position to be in for a first race in the league with all the talent we have right now. I mean, yeah, we lost a couple drivers. That is Joe, Ricardo, by the way, I didn't even see that. Andrew Harper, Pat Erickson. What happened to Ricardo?
Ricardo had problems with the with damage on his car. Probably retired due to that. And Vidigues pitted. What happened? Yeah, no, Vidigues DNF'd.
That
is drama. Incredible stuff.
I really would like to know what happened.
Incredible. John Vitiges, the race leader.
I mean, this cannot be another network issue, right?
This will be a massive shot at his points standings.
I mean, ooh, wow! That is not a network issue, my brother.
What happened there?
I mean, if we take a look, he takes the inside, slits a little bit, loses the outside.
Slides off the track. Oh, and big damage from that contact.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he lost a tire. Look at that.
On his own. Let's try to play this in slow motion. Looks like he touches
he leans. Yeah, he touches the grass and the car
tried to save it, but it looks like it planted.
Bam! Into the arm code.
Yeah.
Bad angle to crash the car.
Wow, what a sad news for John Vitiges. I mean, he was giving us quite a battle today.
Oh my god, he was the fastest driver of them all today, leading by more than 28 seconds.
Yeah,
that's gonna be interesting to see, because that's gonna make everyone more greedy in the last round, because John Vitiges was the driver that needed the win, because as a matter of fact, Gil da Silva is the standings leader in DPI, followed by, I think, John Vitiges. Yeah, John Vitiges is P2 in the standings. Third is Samir Arshad. So both of them, Samir Arshad and Gil da Silva, are gonna finish the race as it stands. And with John Vitiges, a non-scorer, that's a bad situation.
Yeah, he still gets the point for being P4, but yeah, I mean, didn't expect it to happen today, not at all. A network issue.
Such an uncommon sight to see John Vitiges crash out of that.
I think it was the same for him as well, because he didn't expect to lose it right there, and it just snapped on him. And yeah, quite unfortunate that it happened. There's one more race to go, which is actually one of my favorite tracks, Sebring. Yeah, very, very, very bumpy. So
yeah, but it's the home of DPI racing, so.
Yeah, hopefully he gets his redemption.
Oh, and Gil da Silva, as we speak.
Yeah.
Going off. That's turn 3, I think.
Yeah, but he's running in last position, so pretty much, I mean, nothing to worry about, I'm trying to say.
That's actually good for him. He's managing the gap in the standings by finishing race. To finish first,
you have to finish, as we see. Yeah, it looks like
he misses the braking point.
Yeah.
Probably a lockup as well.
Yeah, but I'm glad he saved it.
Straight on. Yeah, no, it's he did good to avoid contact with the wall on the outside.
Yeah, he's way down to the live feed. We see he got past Vitiges, so that puts Vitiges in P5 right now. And Da Silva in P4. That's one way to get a pass without doing a pass. Heading down to the leaders of GT3, Nicola Pastori. The blue stock livery BMW leading the race by 30 seconds. Gotta say that and very proudly say that, because that is quite a pace to build. Because he got past Johnny and built 30 seconds ahead of him. He's lapping at 28.3. Astonishingly fast pace compared to everyone behind him besides Giuseppe Pastori, who's also doing a 28.4, actually faster than Nicola right here. But Giuseppe is a lot behind Pastori. He's 30 seconds behind Peter, which himself 48 seconds behind Gutierrez. So yeah, and we're about almost 6 minutes to go in the race, so I don't see anywhere where. I mean, if we spoke just 10 minutes before and you told me Vitiges will have a crash like that, I wouldn't have believed you. So the race is always open for everything and anything at any given time, and that can include network issues, a loss of control, and many things. So yeah, again, we feel sorry for the drivers of DNF. Hopefully they get their redemption in Sebring. Hopefully this doesn't hit them as hard in the championship standing. And yeah, as always, this is racing and this is how it goes. As we see Gutierrez going down the hill in the corner where Albon made a move on Lewis Hamilton, if I remember correctly. I think he called him a sore loser right there. Yeah, I think that was in back 2021 maybe. As we see Peter Vlar as well. Lots of BMW. They're also running the same liveries. I mean, I think the names on the top helps a bit distinguish the cars, because since they run the same livery, sometimes it's hard to tell who's who. Giuseppe Pastore is a bit too far to catch up to Peter Vlar, 10 seconds behind, but his pace is very, very fast, so he's got to pick up the pace even faster if he wants to get that position ahead of him. I mean, he's got about 6 minutes and 10 seconds approximately to get it. He's about 9 seconds now behind Peter, so if he wants that podium, that P3, he really needs to pick up his pace as fast as he could. I mean, I assume they're running a one-stop strategy, but this is the time where you need to pick up pieces and get your laps straight. Oh, looks like a lot of people are suffering there. Almost.
The tires are going to be the issue, because I spoke with a driver right now, and he said that John Villegas had a very short pit box time, so he probably double stinted the tires, and that's probably the issue that caught him out in that crash we saw earlier.
Yeah, as Salvatore, I think he made his way up Rob Milliken and now is chasing Didier Coelho. A lot of things happened today. I can't even quite remember what happened precisely, but I think I've seen him already behind Didier Coelho, because it was the Ferrari. It was a Ferrari.
Yeah, Salvatore fell back at the beginning of the race after a few contacts, and then he had to make his way up once again. So yeah, we have surely seen him before.
Yeah. Like I said, my biggest suspicion and my biggest theory is that Salvatore.
Oh, and Salvatore goes through.
Yeah, touches a little bit, a friendly bump right there. But I don't think it helped.
So friendly.
Yeah, let's see if let's see if the Ferrari has a. Oh yeah, it looks like the Ferrari is faster in the straight line. A little bit.
Gilda Silva pitting, by the way.
I think his fixing probably caught some damage. He's changing his tires.
Yeah. He's afraid that might happen to him as well. What happened to Villegas?
I think it's smart, but I mean, he's got nothing to worry about. I mean, even if he DNF'd, he would still be in P4. So. And yeah, Pastore once again, the leader of the race, making his way, not downtown, but down Red Bull Ring, up the hill into T1. As De Silva, we see him on the left, still in the pit, changing his tires for some reason.
Yeah, it's a very long pit stop as well.
Yeah. Thierry now is chasing him. I wouldn't say chasing him, but I would say following. Nicola Pastore, he's safe from Peter Vlar.
Yeah, so, Peter Vlar is not close enough.
Not at all. Almost half a lap behind, so even if Gutierrez.
Yeah, as we get yellow flags in Sector 3, I think that was Richard Charlesworth going slightly wide of the last few corners.
Yeah, Richard Charlesworth is sitting in the P7. It's not a bad position to be in. It's still in the top 10.
No, absolutely.
With what happened in the early stages of the race, this is not a bad position to be in. Giuseppe Pastore already made his way ahead of Didier Coelho. Didn't catch that. So yeah, as it's...
That's Tanner Selvi and Miguel Santos tangling together. Tanner Selvi lost the car in the exit of turn 1. That is, we have seen many mistakes. This track has caught many people out, and it's a fairly easy layout, although it holds some bits that are, I don't know, almost contact between two leaders in
Yeah, we
DPI.
see him
He
going up
lost the
to.
car. He applied the throttle too early, probably.
Yeah,
He
looks like.
jumped on the
Ooh.
brakes.
Yeah,
Look
now
at the
he's
tires
fully on
locking
the
up.
brakes. You can see.
Yeah, that's a good move though, because he kept the car from spinning.
Yeah, almost get touched by Santos.
Yeah, Santos great avoidance. Now Miguel Santos leads, because that was the lead change, and there we see Tanner Selvi and Santos.
Yeah, they're battling for the lead, Lorenzo. That is the battle for the lead. That is indeed the battle for the lead, right there, ladies and gentlemen. As we see, Tanner Selvi now is dropping down to 3 seconds. Not sure if he's saving fuel.
Yeah, he went wide. He went wide in turn 1, I think. Yeah, there you see Miguel Santos.
Ooh,
way
almost
ahead.
stalled. What is going on with Tanner Selvi?
I have no idea.
He was 1 second and now he's dropping down to 7 seconds behind.
Yeah, but that's gonna give a great chance to Samir Rashad.
I mean, Arshad is about 46 seconds behind. The race is about to
but
end.
if he loses,
I mean, yeah, if he loses the back and the car almost spins, that's still a bit safe, but yeah, shouldn't do that. Let's hope it doesn't happen. You see VDGS dropping now all the way down because he DNF'd, remember? So, only car left to pass him is Lewis Middleton, and when he does so, he will be at the last position. As the race is over. The Miguel Santos, I think, already crossed the line. Yeah, we got a race winner for today.
Miguel Santos, the race winner, first try out with the DPIs and first win. You do not see a great debut like that every day. Tanner Selvi coming home in P2.
Yeah, Nicola Pastore is about to cross.
Arshad.
Lorenzo Nicola is about to cross
Nicola
for the
Pastore
win.
now
We got our winner for
rounding up the
GT3.
final corner.
Yeah, that's our winner.
Great showing for Nicola there. And he crosses the line in P1. What a great race.
Yeah, absolutely amazing race for Nicola Pastore, Peter Vlar.
And Lewis Middleton ran out of fuel on the last lap. He had to pit for an emergency fill up.
Yeah, I think he finished his race, so nothing to worry about. As Johnny Gutierrez is about to cross the start-finish line to get his P2. I think I already did. No, not really. Not really. He's about to. And there he is, P2 for Johnny Gutierrez. Peter Vlar already crossed the start-finish line. And yeah, quite a race for today, Lorenzo. Quite a race.
So after a great race today, we have the results from the first Red Bull Ring race. Miguel Santos in P1 in DPI, Tanner Selvi in P2, Samir Arshad P3, the only 3 finishers in DPI class. John Villegas DNF'd at the closing stages with a crash. Ricardo Riva DNF'd with damage at the early stage of the race. and Gil da Silva in effectively P4, considering the game detects a different class, but he is P4 in DPI. So great race by the prototypes here. Such a shame to see John Villegas go at the 10 minutes mark. He had a probably tire wear problem. Nicola Pastore P1 in GT class, great race by him. Johnny Gutierrez coming up in P2. Peter Vlar, a great showing by the driver in P3. Giuseppe Pastore, after a great recovery from P12 on the grid, comes out in P4. Didier Coelho P5 with the only Ferrari 488. Richard Charlesworth P6. Then it's Salvatore Pastore, the guy who started in P2 after a very difficult race, comes down in P7. Joe Huang, the rookie, in P8, great showing by him. Rob Milliken in P9, top 10 finish for Rob, great job. Ed Jones in the other McLaren comes on in P10, and that's the top 10 of GT class at the Red Bull Ring. Mike Volik, the rookie, in P11 in the BMW. Michael Labelle, P12. Lewis Middleton, a very quiet race for Lewis today, in P13. And unfortunately, Barrett Erickson and Joe Brown retired. Joe Brown retired at the early part of the race with damage. And Barrett Erickson, probably a network issue, a lag spike or something. And unfortunately, that was the day ending for him. This was a great race, Nas. Don't know about you, but I enjoyed it very much.
Oh yeah, it was.
Next up, we have probably one of the best tracks on the planet. That's Sebring. And
You are a naughty boy.
that's hey, hello, John.
Hi. Well, what a crazy race that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was such a shame to see you crash like that in the closing stages, man. You were on a great.
I was just losing my concentration for one moment because I was cruising, and then coming out of that fast right-hander, I just put my rear left on the grass, and I thought, well, I'll keep my foot down. I've got this. And then the damn thing spun away from under me, and I was thrown over to the right side and hit the guardrail, and I was still going straight. So I thought, well, let's go. Let's keep the steering wheel straight. I've got this, and then it snapped and hooked again to the left, and I hit the guardrail, and then the left rear tire was gone, and the engine was dead, so I couldn't continue anyway.
Yeah, I mean, VDS, you gave us a battle of today. You guys, you and Samir, you stole the show of the early. I mean, most of the race today. You traded positions. You gave us a great show. I would like to know both of you guys. I will start with VDS. What was going through your mind when you were having Samir behind you, ahead of you, behind you? What was going on right there?
You want to know my thought? I was thinking that MF is a bloody fast. Man, when I was behind him, because I was going full out. I didn't have any reserve to keep up with him. He was going so fast. I had to give it all I had just to keep in his DRS zone, so to speak, so I could get a little draft from him. And then sometimes he made a small mistake, and I was able to get ahead, because I can remember one time he was boxed in coming out of the last corner. You remember, Samir? You were boxed in.
Ed Jones, that
Yeah.
guy.
And then you couldn't accelerate out, and I saw it happening. I thought, well, if he takes a wide line, he's gonna be boxed in. So I took a tighter line, and zoof, I was pissed.
But then you had the same thing afterwards, so
yeah,
it's 101. But anyway,
what were you thinking, Samir?
I was gonna ask him the same question, VDS. So thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Samir.
Actually,
run us through.
I did a big mistake in my first stint with the John. I didn't thought to save some fuel, because in my last 15 minutes before the pit, he pitted 3 laps before me. But in those 10 laps, I was fuel saving as much as possible. I was with I think ultra lean, and he went for the inside in the second stint when I was saving. And from there, my goal was just to keep the pace up and stay around in 5 second, 10 seconds because he had to pit in any case because he did the pit stop 3 laps before me and there was no chance to go until the end. And also then I had damage because we had a 3 contact, one in the back, one in the front, and then
Are you talking about that crazy, unbelievable dive bomb?
yes,
Oh, you mean that attempt on my life? You mean that one?
I was okay. It was a bit of a dive bomb, but anyway,
that was a killing attempt, man. You
but
wanted to kill the guy.
no, I got the damage afterwards when
What do you think
you went
about me?
wide. No, that was fair. That was fair. The only thing was when you went wide on turn 2, I was on the inside. I didn't, and you were ahead of me. I didn't realize you went on the brake. I didn't know why.
Ah,
That was the
I'll
only
tell
thing
you why.
I got
I'll-
very damaged there. That's the only
Okay,
reason.
yeah, there was a misunderstanding, but
Yes.
you know, I pulled over to the right side, and do you know why?
Because you
I
wanted to give me.
I said on the forum, if you overtake a car or if you gain
Yes.
position by going wide, you should lift off and let the other guy pass
Yeah,
again.
no, but I thought that
But
was
you didn't
fair.
understand that
No,
I
no,
was
but because
trying to let you
for me it
pass
was
again.
fair. No, because for me it was
Oh.
fair. You should have stayed P1 for me there. It's a mistake that's saying, but I was not on the inside or something like that, so I should have not had the position. That's why
Oh.
I didn't went for the left side. But
Well,
anyway,
if I had kept my foot down out of turn 2, I would have stayed ahead anyway, and I didn't
no,
think
no,
it would
that's
be fair.
yes, no. For me,
Yeah.
you should have stayed for the P1 and didn't live there because it was just a mistake, and I was not
Yeah.
even close. I think I was 1.5 second was there. So anyway,
So, do you know what happened to the race was crazy. There were so many lead changes in DPI, and I was watching the last few laps when Thomas Selfie was in front. What's the name of the guy that won again?
Santos, I
That's
think.
Miguel
Yeah.
Santos.
So he was 2 seconds behind, and I think that Tanner's tires were completely dead because he came out of turn 1 and he lost the rear because he had no traction anymore. And then that guy, I forget his name, he went past him and the lead was changed again. Well, it was like a movie.
I think we had the win easily, me and you, because they were way behind us.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Well,
I
to finish
like it.
first, you first have to finish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we didn't. No?
Well,
So
I think John, he's telling you to not to go easy on him next time. So I think you got the message clear, John. Next time,
loud and
float
clear.
it. He will be fine. Trust me.
No, for me was that's why I didn't went for the left side because for me that was fair. You didn't gain time there. You lost time. So
But you know, I don't really think I lost because you gave me such a good time. I had such a good time racing you. That,
we did
it
like
was,
35, 40, 35 laps in
yeah,
1
it was a
second.
nice experience. So let's do it again in the Sebring.
I don't like Sebring, so let's see.
Yeah, I would like to ask both of you, John, starting with John. First of all, are you looking up to Sebring? And second of all, what are your expectations?
I'll tell you, Sebring is my favorite track. I've won so many races there in prototypes and in GT cars and in DRM cars with the DLC mod from the Assetto Corsa. That track and me, we are married.
So we can expect good results, that is, John, right?
You can expect some fireworks from me there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm very much looking forward to that.
I hope that everyone is on their best game because I want to have exactly a fight just like this one because those were good times.
We can run again. Red Bull Ring.
Now, Sabir, I'm going to switch the question to you. Like, I heard you say you don't like Sebring, so I would like to know your expectation on Sebring.
Let's see, the goal would be just to be P1, and let's see where Silva finish. Because I should be ahead of John in the constructor, and Silva is still ahead. Yes, in the driver. Yes, in the driver. Yes, and Silva is still ahead of me for I think 17 points. something like that.
18
18.
points.
So
Oh,
let's
you
see.
can have the constructors because I live by the day.
I live
and you
for the
can
team.
also, and what about Silva? Silva isn't the fastest guy, with all due respect, but he's I think he's in the lead of the championship, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he
we
is.
missed the first
Yeah, big
race.
respect. He is so consistent. So he's not running on the front, but he's collecting his points. Maybe he's gonna win the championship.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably, unless he comes, he has to either DNF or come outside the top 6. I
No,
think
it's
top 7.
no. Anyway, if he DNF, he gets a point.
Yeah. Because there are not
Oh,
so
then
many
it's-
DPIs. Yeah.
Then it's either we need, unless we have 8 or 9 DPIs, it's he's the champion.
Well, he can have it. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's leading for a reason. So
Yeah, he's keeping his nose clean in the race.
yeah,
And,
exactly.
He's
I
doing his
agree.
laps and he's collecting his points. So good tactics.
yeah, well, I know we have some other drivers here to talk to, and the first one I would like to talk to is Salvatore Pastori. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, my apologies for that, but I would like to say good to see you here. Good to see you in SimRacingOnline. Quite a race you had today, and I have questions to you. But first of all, I'd like to know what do you think of the race today, and how did it go for you?
I don't think he can understand English, so
Okay, well,
we skip this one.
he can no, actually, you can go ahead and answer in your native language. Nicola, maybe you can help us understand what he said.
Hey,
You're Italian, Nicola.
Italian
Yes.
Germany.
Whatever you want, Salvatore. Whatever is comfortable
Oh,
for
there
you.
you should pronounce his name Pastore.
Pastore, Salvatore.
Yeah.
I am sorry if you the guys for my drive is not correct. Sorry, S3 is.
Who of you two won in the GT class? Nicola or Salvatore?
me.
It was Nicola.
You.
Yes, it
Okay.
was
Yeah.
Nicola.
And Salvatore finished second again?
No, finished
P7, I think.
P7. Yes, P7.
How is that possible? Because you're running behind each other.
No, you.
Yes,
Yeah, it's Salvatore is my father, so the other guy is my brother. That's every time behind me. But
I mean-
today
Okay.
he had big issues with his skill and wheel. Yes,
Oh, okay.
he couldn't change the gears like he wanted. So
And who
was
was
not easy.
who was it? P2? Who ended in
was
P2?
Gutierrez.
P2 was Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
Okay, so
Yes.
lucky for Gutierrez then.
then
Yeah.
Vlar, and then me.
Well,
Okay, that's with the win.
I had a theory that Salvatore was going to be a relative. I had I thought he could be a father, but I didn't think so because I think John or somebody told me that there is actually a family tree going on with the I think I forgot the names, maybe
Middleton.
Middleton,
maybe.
yeah, the Middleton family. Yeah, so I thought it would be the same with Pastore. I guess that was it. But if you can understand us, Salvatore, I would say that it was awesome to see you race with us today. I won't flood you with any more questions. So, yeah, thank you for being with us. But I would say,
On that note, boys, I have to run and have some sleep because it's so late, and tomorrow I have early work. I work at Dallara, so we have to work on a few cars, and it's gonna be tough. I will see you boys in the next one. Love you
Okay.
all. Great race,
See you.
John.
Allora.
Thanks for the
Shame that you
broadcast.
didn't win. You deserve
Thank you very much.
You deserve the P1, and we'll see you in the next one.
Wow.
Nicola, Salvatore, guys, Giuseppe.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Great race.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Buonanotte, guys.
thank you, Lorenzo.
Buonanotte.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Buonanotte.
Yes, it's all Lorenzo leaving. I'm not done with you guys.
Mhm.
Yes, I was about to switch the speech to our race winner, Nicola Pastore. Congratulations for the race winner. It was not as fluid as we always see. So talk us through what happened and how did you achieve it?
Yeah, first of all, we decided in the quali to fix the issues. with the wheel from Giuseppe. So we looked what was wrong, and apparently we didn't fix it. I don't know what causes the issue, so we decide to skip the qualifying.
Yeah.
And then the race, from back, it was not easy because it's like a little bit in the GTs, like like bump cars. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
I do.
So if you want to go fast as possible to gain positions, you have sometimes have a little bit of contact with other cars. And unfortunately, I didn't remember who it was run into my side. So I had from, I think, second lap on damage. And my wheel was a little bit not straight, let's say this.
Yeah.
It was a little bit difficult to drive with
Off steering.
with damaged car, off steering, but in the end it pays off. We had good strategy. I saw that Gutierrez didn't change his tires, but
Wow.
we are. I think all guys were so fair to each other, so I didn't have so big
Yeah.
issues to overtake the guys, so they are very fair, and yes.
That's quite a news for me because I didn't notice that Gutierrez didn't change his tires. So that explains the amount of gap you built on him when you passed him. I mean, that was like about 40 seconds you built on him when you passed him.
Yeah, it was like more or less 1.5 or 2 seconds faster per lap.
That was quite
The tire degradation is very low.
I knew. Yeah, but nonetheless, it's a really big difference if you change or if you not change tires.
Well,
maybe it's not. You can do 1.5 hour, but in the end you will lose a little bit. Or let's say like this, you won't gain some seconds because in the end it's more or less 50-50. You know, if you wanna change or not, it's like you're not gaining particularly time with each strategy. So in the end, it's like it doesn't make a difference in the end.
Well,
how many?
Yeah, go ahead,
Can I
John.
ask a question?
Go ahead, John.
How many seconds does it take for a GT car to change its tires?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was like
45.
it was like 87 liters plus plus a tire change. It was like I think 47 seconds in the pit.
Okay, yeah, that's about correct.
Maybe 50 seconds with full fuel and the tires, but I don't know exactly the tires.
Okay.
Well, I think a lot of people will be grateful for the insights you've given him, Nicola, because now you're showing him how to win. It's all now about to do it, right, Nicola? You just have to be fast now.
No, you can have the setup, you can have everything, but you don't have Nicola.
I can share.
Even today, Giuseppe lost.
If someone listening and someone want to set up, just write me on Discord and I will share.
Wow, very generous of you, Nicola. That's very nice of you. And
Wing one.
Wing one and spring one, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but let's not forget Giuseppe had a strong race today as well. I mean, he was unfortunate that a lot of things happened.
Unlucky.
Yeah,
because he's bad.
I wouldn't go that far, so I would like to hear from him. So what do you think, Giuseppe? What happened in the race that may have not caused you to be in the possible win today?
Yeah, as Nicola said, in the qualifying, we had issues with my wheel, so we tried to fix it together, like driver-wise or something, because the downshifting works well, but not the upshifting. So Sometimes I stuck like half a lap with the same gear. I couldn't shift up, and yeah, we cleaned the wheel a bit, but it works like the first 20 minutes. Then when I was catching the guys in front with Nico, following Nicola, I don't know what happened in the last corner, but I completely lost the car. I think the gear got stuck and then I got the oversteer. I don't know. I need to see. I need to rewatch the replay, but it was quite unfortunate because I crashed against the wall, lost the rear wing, had to do the wall lap without it. Yeah, that messed up a bit the strategy. I was on the back again and worked for my fourth place that I got at the end. Maybe I could have done third, but the next guy, I think he was 5-6 seconds in front, so no chance.
Very unfortunate to hear that. So now I know what happened. I would like to know, what do you think will happen for Sebring in the next race? Are you optimistic? Are you positive? You think you're gonna snatch the win from your brother once again, or what's going on through your mind?
It's always fun to drive against him because we have we have like the same pace, you know, and it's always we are always driving on the limit when battling each other. Usually we do endurance races and then we drive together, but at this special championship we are driving one of the few times against, and it's quite fun, have to say. And if you want to win against him, it has to be perfect. You know, you have to have the perfect race. So let's see. In Sebring, usually we always seem to have a good pace. So it's one of the favorite tracks as well for us. We won many races, even important one. Yeah, let's see. I mean, let's get as many points as possible for the team championship, and then yeah.
Well,
We should be leading also that one. Note.
Yeah. Then maybe Nicola will drive the GT and me the DPI.
yeah, that would be quite a scene. So then we'll have
Yeah.
two leaders for two classes, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, if the team championship
It's not sealed.
I mean, when if it was sealed, then okay. But we will pick the BMW. It's a great car. I think the best GT3 BOP so far. And yeah, I see the Ferraris and the McLaren. They don't have a fun. They don't have a good life against the BMW. It's way too quick. Yeah, they have to wait for the next patch. But yeah, it's the BMW is quite strong, so I don't think we will have an issue.
All right then. Well, that's very ambitious from you, Giuseppe. Very, very nice to hear that you're looking forward to Sebring, and I am sure that it'll be a very close battle. I mean, statistically, that is how it's looking. But as always in the race, things can happen and go out of hands. Just like we saw John today, putting his car in the Shadow Realm and saying, "No, I am not gonna win this race today. I have better things to do today." Isn't that right, John?
Well, you read my mind. It was straight to Netflix.
Yeah. Well,
At a certain point, you get bored, you know.
yeah, of course. I mean, you lead too much. You gotta stop at some point. You know, you gotta let them win.
Yeah.
Nah,
course.
but he saw my back for quite a few times.
Yeah. quite an intense battle happening between you. Well,
Yeah.
I would have to say goodbye to all of you guys, and I would say once again, if you want to be part of this, if you're watching now from Twitch or if you will be watching now from YouTube in SimRacingOnline YouTube channel, please feel free to join and visit the website simracingonline.co.uk. Make a free account for free, absolutely. Sign up, get the DLCs, everything you need, hop in, and you're good to go. You're in the championship, and who knows? You might be picked up on TV. So yeah, this is your chance. If you want to take part of this, it's absolutely free. And like I said, don't forget to follow our channel, subscribe to SimRacingOnline, and from me and all the team, I say thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you guys in Sebring. Goodbye for now.
And if you sign up at SimRacingOnline, you get to date my sister.
Oh, that's
That's
something
I just want to throw that in. So
okay, well,
And what happens if you win the championship?
I guess you
then you can
become
marry her.
you become a VD guest family, Giuseppe. So yeah, there you go.
Nice, nice.
That's quite a surprise. I didn't expect. Well,
Okay, I'll see you next time, guys.
absolutely good to have you with us, John. Goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you in
Ciao.
Sebring.
Okay, see you later.